Good evening, everybody. Just coming at you after a long day of working, training, and a little bit more studying to just share some thoughts that I had throughout the day and talk about just some lessons that I've been learning in work, marketing, and training. So, if you don't know already, I am a project manager, specializing in infrastructure projects because of my engineering background. And um, lately, my project count has been growing substantially. So, the I think total value of the projects that I'm handling at this point is in excess of probably about $70 million. Um, which they're very big. A few of them are like $12 million specifically. Some of them are less than that. One of them is like much more than that, like closer to $40 million, stretched over across a few years. But I was thinking about this because as a project manager, you technically don't do a lot of the work. Most of your work is communicating, coordinating, and just facilitating work done by other parties. And I was talking to a coworker of mine, an older gentleman, about the fact that when you're doing your work, like when you do a good job as a project manager, and you deliver successful projects, it almost feels like you're not actually doing the work because there's no physical element to it. Like you're not out there putting up walls or like installing these systems. You're hiring people to do it. So it's very easy to get disassociated from the work that's going on. And, we were talking, and this got me thinking that this is probably why I'm such a fan of physical pursuits and hard physical pursuits like the Ironman, because like you're very clearly putting in the work, and if you don't put in the work, you very clearly also don't get the end result. So, a lot of people in their professional career um, tend to fake it or make it. Like you'll notice that there's a top like 1 to 5% of people who are like really good at their job, and then you'll find that everyone else is kind of just like skating by, going with the flow, uh, getting promoted and reviewed on their year-to-year basis. So you see, just because somebody's older doesn't mean that they're necessarily good at their job. It just means that they've maintained the status quo and like didn't get fired basically. And even I've been noticing this in like the online marketing and business world too, where like a lot of online marketers and entrepreneurs um, kind of blow their own horn a little bit and like have a tendency to exaggerate their accomplishments and make it seem like they're more successful than they are, so that they can give advice to other people and people that might listen. So someone seeking like genuine advice, which it's a real shame, but it's one of those things that they can fake because it's really hard to validate that work. Like they could say whatever they want on the internet and have whatever sob story or an inspirational story, whatever story they want to tell that makes you believe that their journey is this valuable thing that they were able to distill into a distinct message that they can sell to you as whatever their framework is. And this got me thinking, as I was saying, that physical pursuits is one of the few things in this world that you really, really can't fake. So, like, you can't fake your way into running a marathon or running an Ironman or benching a certain amount of weight, because at the end of the day, you're gonna have lifted that weight. You're not gonna just magically appear at the end of a marathon, get the medal, get the proof right there. Like, the proof is right in your hand, and like the pictures and the cameras and your bib and everything is like tracked these days. You can't fake that. And I think that's what really attracts me to those physical pursuits. You put in the work, and the work is extremely tangible. Like today on the bike, I have a stationary setup where I mount my bike to what's called a Wahoo, WHOO, WAHOO. And what you do is you just take the back wheel off your bike, you stick it on that, and now your back wheel is essentially that that contraption that tracks your power output, your speed, all this stuff. So, as I mentioned in a few other videos, this is the first year that I'm doing my Ironman, but coached by legitimate professional coaches. So I'm already training in a way different way than I had done in the past. And so what I had to do today was an absolutely grueling workout based on my current FTP, which again I covered in another video. But essentially what it means is the coaches designed this workout around my maximum power output, my functional power output, and with the intention of making it hard for me. And so I was doing this workout, everything is tracked through my watch and a heart rate monitor, and the machine and the simulation software that I'm riding through is Zwift. And literally, if I would have stopped pedaling because I got tired on one of the speed intervals or the power intervals that I was working on, it would immediately show drop in power to 0, like didn't complete the workout as prescribed. And it was tough, and I definitely struggled through it. I'm not gonna act like I'm some kind of superhero. It was very fatiguing, and I had to play a lot of mental games throughout this workout to tell myself that I'm working in the right direction and I'm doing a good job. But at the end of the day, I finished the workout. It uploaded to the software that my coaches use to track my workouts, and workout complete. It's something that you can't fake. And I think it just shows. Like, I feel much more confident in this next race based on the way these coaches have been training me so far. And that's all a matter of doing the work and really feeling what that work does to you in return. Like, this work I expect over the next 7 months before my race, I expect them to not only transform my body physically, but mentally too. Like, I know that as a result of this work, I'm gonna get that much more mentally strong and physically strong, and that'll carry over into other areas of my life. I know this is about there's a thread there. There is a common thread through that whole talk, but part of my effort in making a few videos throughout the week, maybe at least 3 to 5 throughout the week, is just sharing my thoughts. So I'd be curious what any of you think about what I just said. And if you if you like the direction that this channel is going to be going, where I'm clearly just sharing my thoughts and relating it to both work and Ironman experiences, then let me know. As this relates to my business that I'm trying to get started, which is in the marketing realm, I think that by doing these hard things and pushing myself out of my comfort zone and to my limit physically, um, and really doing the work, that it'll carry over into not just my professional life, but into this business that I'm trying to build too. Um, because I already feel it. Like, I have a tendency to overlearn, overstudy, overread, over partake in courses rather than doing the actual work. I'll acknowledge that as my weakness. But I've, as I've been training hard again, I feel an urge to really dive into the meaningful work that would move the needle and get things done for my business in a substantial way. So I'm hoping that, in part due to this training and other things that I'm growing in my life, that's what we'll see the fruits of that over the course of this year, in my business and in my life. So I hope you stick around this journey to just to be with me, watch my growth, take part, and hopefully get some insights too into what you can do to succeed or grow in whatever endeavors that you're looking to grow in. If you're watching this channel, ideally, hopefully, you're curious about entrepreneurship, hard work, maybe endurance sports, maybe anything physical. So athlete, business, entrepreneurship. I don't think I'm gonna throw any of my engineering into this channel, but if you want to trip me up with some math or science questions, you can give that a go too. Mostly physics based. Don't try to hit me with any chemistry or biology. Okay. Thanks for listening. And I will, if I don't see you tomorrow, then I went back on my video a day thing. But I'll definitely see you tomorrow. Good night.